Hello, hello, the Warning Army. Welcome back. We are back with another album reaction. This time we're doing the album Error. Um, let's check it out. We've got 14 tracks. This looks like it was released in 2022. And okay, if you are here and watching this full album review in its entirety, then good on you, because that means you're a bestie in my Patreon, and I fully appreciate you. It's because of you that I get to do this and have this amazing, amazing job that I love, and your support just absolutely means everything. And if you're watching this on YouTube or on free Patreon, still very much appreciate you, but that means you're only getting about this much of the full material. So head on over to my Patreon, check out the different benefits for the different tiers, and consider joining the Besties tier so that you can get all the content. All right, let's go ahead and get into this album. So, all right, this next track is called Money. Oh, I remember this one. I remember this one. This one was one of my favorites from Pepsi Center. This one was one of my favorites from Pepsi Center. Okay, all right, let's go back.
I've already collapsed.
Oh, wrong one.
So I just
There you go.
I don't wanna break.
Okay, wait. I like the little like money sounds, like the ching.
I don't wanna break this down to you. It's a cruel thing that we learn to do.
Okay, I love that guitar riff. Whoa! Excuse me, we're going back.
It's a cruel thing that we learn to do.
Oh, that was fire. Oh! I love the way that dropped out.
Go ahead and cry, shallow pools of blood, diamond noose at your throat. Hey, whoa, hey, whoa.
Ooh. We're gonna do that again. It's like the dropout and then that ching. Yes. That was fire. Whoa. Okay, the way that guitar riff right here was sounding almost sounded a bit like, God, I don't even know how to say it. Digital, but that's not what I mean. Like, how do I describe this? Like almost like the reverb off of it or whatever gives it this really like ethereal like echo off of it. It just sounds really cool. Like the effect on that guitar, because you can tell it's a real guitar. Like it's not like a, you know what I mean? Like it's not like a synth guitar or anything. Like you can tell it's a real guitar, but whatever like effect they put on it, whether it be like reverb or panning things out or whatever, like whatever production they did to it to give it this just sort of like supernatural ethereal feel to it, was just sound to it was really, really cool.
I come with God as my witness. I pray he'll wash my hands. It's sad and it's true and the world hurts. Soldier soul, that's how it works. We're human after all.
All the
I want
harmonies.
that. Give me that. I want that. Go ahead and cry. Shallow pools of blood. How long will it last? How long till you learn? Another stack of sins to be buried in diamond noose at your throat.
And I love
Another stack.
I love the melody of the hook, but even just her vocal right here with the diamond noose at your throat, like the way she just like yanks that vocal across is just cool.
Sins to be buried in diamond noose at your throat. Go ahead and cry, shallow pools of blood. How long will it last? How long till you leave? Another stack of sins to be buried in diamond noose at your throat. Hey!
Woo! Okay. We're gonna look at some lyrics because the scheme on this is crazy. Because the entire, like, all the lyrics are all scheming around this scheme of money, right? Um, so it's a cruel thing. I don't want to break this down to you. It's a cruel thing that we learn to do because we all gotta pay for something, okay? Pay. We all gotta kill for nothing. So there's pay, money, and then there's like nothing, which is like when you have nothing, no money. Happiness has its price, less. We're dealing with like amounts. We're not just dealing with like money and currency, but also amounts of things, right? So happiness has its price. Less isn't more in this business. Rapacity, y'all. She used the word rapacity. That's is my I hope my sounds were working for that. We're gonna just in case it wasn't. Just in case it wasn't, we're gonna push that button again. Okay. I'm assuming Pow is the lyricist usually, right? Because I know Danny's written some. Like um I think somebody in either my Discord or my Patreon said there was one song in particular that I think Danny wrote actually, like I want to say it was like Crimson Queen or something like that. Um so I know it's not like exclusively Pow that writes, but I'm from what I've understood of people telling me, I think Pow does a good chunk of, or if not most of like the lyric writing. Um, so I'm gonna assume that that was Pow and the dictionary that lives in her head. Okay. Um, say kudos to you, girl. Um, because I don't like. I mean, she used the word rapacity. Like, do you know how easy it is for people to just throw the word greed out there? You know what I mean? Like, greed, we all use that word. We all know what that means. But no, it was like the word greed is not enough. Okay, the word greed is not enough. Okay, we need rapacity. This is like extreme. Okay, this is extreme greed. It's crazy. Rapacity will be the illness. Okay, so there's that rapacity meaning set at like an extreme sort of excessive kind of level of greed. So greed again, all of this theme of money, right? So rapacity, greed, okay, money will be the illness that we will learn to love, which is a bit of a biblical reference because there's the reference in the Bible of like you cannot a man cannot or I can't remember exactly that phrase, but it's like man cannot serve two masters. He'll either learn to love the one and hate the other. You cannot serve God and mammon is like money or wealth or you know what I mean? So you can't serve God and money. You're going to learn to love the one or hate the other. So this is what it's referencing here. Rapacity will be the illness that we will learn to love because you're going to love that one instead of the other. Are you worth? Okay, worth. as in like a price, okay? Your weight in gold, okay? And then of course going once, going twice, sold. Like if you're at an I almost said at a bargain. That's not what it is. What is that? An auction. Auction. When you're at an auction, right? You have the auctioneer selling things, going once, going twice, sold, okay? It's all about that cold, hard cash hunt. So, like, all of it, this whole entire verse is all reference to money, worth, currency, all of that, okay? The price of things, okay? Go ahead and cry shallow pools of blood, diamond noose at your throat. Um, so again, we're kind of down in these pools, right? We're drowning here. Cry shallow pools of blood, diamond noose at your throat. So that okay, so let's take this together. Okay, crying shallow pools of blood. Well, shallow is not deep, right? This is I think this is referencing things being shallow or surface level, like at that greed level being like superficial, right? So you're gonna cry shallow pools of blood, and then okay, the phrasing on this is magnificent. Okay, because of the phrase blood diamonds, right? Diamonds that are mined on the backs of those that are quite poor and that are exploited, people that are exploited in mining these. So she wrote this in a way that you can take it as two different lines, right? Go ahead and cry shallow pools of blood, and then diamond noose at your throat, or you could run it together and you hear go ahead and cry shallow pools of blood diamond noose at your throat. Okay, so the double on here is really cool. Um, fantastic, fantastic. Um, so shallow pools of blood is like it is not deep, right? These are things that are superficial things that your heart bleeds about, right? Because if your heart is bleeding, it's something that's very, you know, dear to you, or something that's kind of um dramatically grieving to you in some way, right? It's a heavy grief. It's like, but this isn't a heavy grief here. It's like the blood being spilled here, the grief here is just really shallow. It's about superficial stuff, right? When you're greedy. It's all these tangible materialistic things. Diamond noose at your throat. Okay, so yes, the diamonds, it's these fancy, you know, bougie material things, but it's a noose around your throat because that quest for the superficial, or the quest for money and wealth, is like will can eventually just choke you, and you know what I mean? Um, okay. Moral code updates 3 times a year. Moral code updates 3 times a year because, okay, again, this is a reference to the fact that we're talking about error and we're talking about things that are digital, right? So moral code, but also like code, like coding in a system, in software, in internet land. Like you have coding that goes into all that, and coding gets updated. Okay, coding gets updated 3 times a year. Um, truth that's dipped in gold is just as sincere. So if you have a truth that's constantly being just dipped in gold, right? Like motivated by money, then your moral code, that like if that's what you're seeking, well then your moral code's going to get updated with every new thing that goes up for sale, or that, you know what I mean? So truth that's dipped in gold is just as sincere as this moral code that you're changing every time, something materialistic flashes your eye. Um, I'll never ask for forgiveness. I come with God as my witness. I pray he'll wash my hands. It's sad and true, and the world hurts. Sold, right? Your soul. Um, sold your soul, that's how it works. We're human after all. Are you worth your weight in gold? Which again, this reference of like asking well, never ask forgiveness, but come with God as my witness, pray he'll wash my hands. It's kind of like hoping that God will, clean your hands or cleanse you, right? Um, cleanse you of your sin or whatever. But um there's so much kind of inter oh, interweaving reference in here, right? Because there's a reference of like God cleaning, your hands and your soul, but then also like sold your soul. You have biblical reference of like Judas selling, basically selling access to Jesus for, was it 20 pieces of silver or whatever? Okay, sold your soul. It's how it works. We're human after all. Are you worth your weight in gold? Going once, going twice, sold. Okay. Anyway. Uh yeah, and then I love the little shouts of like cash, money out there. Um yeah, another stack of sins to be buried in. Crazy. Crazy. Okay. Yeah, that so far is probably my favorite. Even though I love the chorus to choke, and I've liked all of these so far, this one's probably my favorite on this album. Just like between the instrumentation and the little like dropping out instrumentals, like just the dynamics of the instrumentation, the little harmonies and extra little ad libs and ear candy in your ear that's going on in the background, and then just the lyrical content, the lyrical scheme. Just overall, I think this one's probably my favorite track so far. Let's keep going and see how we do.